Yo. Finally and forever, episode 16. Kioskogod. You already know, back at it again.
Back.
Yo,
We
so
back.
again, as we always do about this time,
Yes, sir.
thank you to everybody that watched the last pod, right? You know what I'm saying? Episode 15.
So
You know what I mean? I love y'all. Thank you for the
Appreciate y'all.
comments. Thank you for sharing. You know what I mean? Numbers is going up.
Dade County, what up?
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. You know, continue to like, share, subscribe.
Certified.
You know what I mean? Send it to everybody that you know.
Everybody.
You know, finally and forever is here.
We here forever.
You know?
Finally.
So so in the last pod, we was talking about we was gonna talk about on this pod, at least,
Yeah.
segment 1, about the importance of streaming for artists nowadays, right?
Yeah, like how important is it really? Like,
So-
all right, the reason I asked, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you. We're in an era where like we direct consumers. Like we directly to the consumer, right?
Yeah.
Like we can make more money directly giving making a purchase versus worrying about a stream. Like you can make more money with 1,000 fans than 1,000,000 streams.
And I agree, bro. Like, if you have 1,000 fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they only stream your song one time, so that's 1,000 streams on Spotify. Okay. So, but like you said, if they're hardcore fans, and we were just talking about this earlier, if you have a place like, for example, Bandcamp, where you're selling your album for $10, you know, or an EP for, let's say, $5, right? You know, so you got 6 songs on one, maybe 12 on the other. You know what I mean? You know, 1,000 times 10 is not a bad number. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it, because Spotify right now lowered their payouts for streams, and you know that whole thing with TikTok where they're taking people's music down. You know what I mean? So I think that's less revenue for artists that, one, don't own their music, right? So they're signed or whatever. And two, again, let's not bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are buying streams.
That's a fact.
They're buying numbers on YouTube.
That's a fact.
They're buying followers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it looks good on paper, but are you getting paper?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So if
my God, dropped the mic on that one.
The engagement is fake.
That what it's the look. You just look like you're winning.
Yeah.
You're not really winning.
And if you got 1,000 followers, 1,000 hardcore fans, they're also 1,000 tickets to your show.
Correct. 1,000 merch.
1,000 shirts.
1,000 people that are like advocating for you. So now that 1,000 is gonna grow because it got to 1,000 for a reason, but not because you were focused on streams, but because you were focused on direct to consumer engagement, knowing what they want, the people who's there already, how to feed them, how to connect to them, where to go, how to be in front of them, how to like constantly like give them what they want so you could get what you like a good exchange. So it's like, does the streaming even really matter to get 1,000,000 streams when, like, for example, a great artist like, shout out to La Russell, he'll do 4,700,000 views on a song, on a video, but that boy gets, and he, you know, I ain't in his pockets. He talks about it. He'll receive at each quarter, make 100K. Every 3 months, you're making 100K.
Fire.
So you got to understand that's him and his team.
Yep.
He cuts that pie with him and his team, Good Company. So it's like, he not worried about the motherfucking streams.
Hell no.
Why you even, at that point, like, you don't give a fuck about no fucking streams. You care about the motherfuckers that's already, like, got you to where you at and how you can elevate that. So in a game that we're in the year that we at, and the shit how it develops, how important is streaming versus direct to consumer?
I agree with you 100%, bro. If you got direct to consumer, you got your fans' email address, you got your fans, phone number.
It's a wrap.
Like,
That's it.
It's a wrap, bro.
That's
like,
data.
you got clients right there. Like, you the plug now.
Because that's what this era is about, right? It's data.
It is.
It's like,
it's all data.
So
it's all data.
It's like, that's why they want us to go to streaming sites.
They
want that data.
They want the data.
They want the data. So it's like, they're winning over every time. So it's like, how do we as artists capitalize? And now that we found the way, how important really is this streaming shit.
But it all boils down to promotion.
Especially after what you just said, all this like the fake views, the fluff, the artists that are signed and they make it look like they winning, but the truth is like, nigga, I do better independent than I ever would be signed to a nigga that's signed to another nigga that's like, I'm not gonna go there, but
no, but it depends because I mean, again, it's all about promotion. So Spotify is always going to be king. Well, at least the idea behind Spotify is always going to be king, which is streaming, right?
Yeah,
music,
Spotify,
right?
Apple Music.
I don't have to own CDs. I can just play whatever I want at any time.
Correct.
All right,
correct.
The access.
Correct.
You still need them because before you get to that hardcore fan base, how are you going to get that fan base? They're going to find you on Spotify. They're going to find you on YouTube.
Yes.
So, okay, the numbers might not care. The numbers might not matter in the long run, but in the short run, as a new artist, that's your life. You got to keep it real, because without that, you're nothing.
So let me ask you.
That's where the buying the views and the shit comes in, because look, if I organically get 100 streams, that's not gonna look good. You know what I mean? In the short term, because I need those numbers to inflate so I can look like I'm somebody. Because if a fan comes in, right, and he's looking at 10 thumbnails, he's gonna look at the views, like which of these videos got the most views, because that means most people were interested. It's gotta be a good song or a good video, right? I'm gonna click on that one. If I see something on YouTube that has 4 views versus one that has 400K, I'm gonna click on the 400K because it's more popping. 400,000 people versus 4. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's where it comes in, because I gotta grab your attention.
Yep.
So I can't say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the long run, but in the short run is everything, because that's how I'm going to get a fan. So if your video has 400,000 views or your song on Spotify has 1 million streams, you're more than likely to get new fans because of the number, and then turn those followers into real, that eventually don't care about the streams.
So what I'm saying is this, like, you're completely right. Because the truth is, I'm not saying alienate or neglect streaming.
No.
I'm just saying, like, I think artists should always put their music everywhere.
No,
you never know who's listening to. So I always think that's the smart thing to do.
I just started fucking with Snapchat again, bro, because
I haven't,
bro. But Snapchat right now is just as big as Twitch. I have no idea, bro. All the artists talking about Snapchat right now. If you're not promoting on Snapchat, you're out of the game. That's the young people's joint, because Instagram is becoming for old people now.
You think so?
Oh, that's a fact. Like, Instagram is like your mother's on Instagram. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like your auntie's on Instagram. Some people's grandmas is on Instagram, where it wasn't like that before. Everybody was on Facebook. So now young kids I'm a Twitch, I'm a Snapchat, obviously TikTok. Those TikTok and Snapchat right now, bro, are head to head. Because if you open up, I hadn't used Snapchat for years, and I just started fucking with it like 2 weeks ago. And bro, when you go to the stories page, it's just like watching TikTok. It's the same shit.
Wow.
The editing, the videos, and you got people that have millions of views on Snapchat. Same thing as TikTok. So if you blow up on Snapchat, bro, you're just as lit as TikTok. Same shit. It's gonna translate over to your YouTube, to your Spotify, or whatever. So that's one thing artists got to do, because when you're putting things everywhere, you mean everywhere, not just platforms. Social media is more important.
But yeah, to finish my point, like with the streaming, I think an artist should put their music everywhere, but they shouldn't forget that we live in a real world. No matter how much online shit you do, you have to connect with the people that fuck with you in a real way, because after the fluff and the bullshit and the ones that stay with you is how you gonna get fed. They told you this forever, and in the history books, stay on the road, always tour, right? So it's that same ideology, like, yo, always be in front of the people that want you to be there. Always like feed them, because they're the ones that want to go and take pictures. They're the ones that want to pay for merch, that want to pay for that extra tickets, not just regular tickets. They want that access to you where they get the backstage vibe, and they pay the extra, the meet and greet, the meet and greet, and they get the extra vibes, the sign posters, the merch. They go all out. Just imagine 1,000 of those in every situation you in. You could live forever, because those people are like the ones that became your minions. On top of them, because there's people that are just like casual listeners.
Yep.
So 1 million is great. If every one of your songs hit 1 million, that's great. But if you don't have the data, the information, or the shit like how to connect with them, then it's almost like that shit was like you got 1 million streams to say
not
and do
long
what.
run. Yeah.
And like for me, I always think longevity because I know right now, like you said, it makes sense. It go back to what our last pod was talking about when we was like the jury and this, like it gotta look good. Nobody wants to check the, like even if I had 5 videos, and all of them were good, but there's one that hit 1 million compared to the other 100,000 ones. People gonna go to the 1 million one first if they're gonna check. They want to see which is this obviously got to be one of the most so like it's just a natural situation. But for me, I'm just like thinking the long game as an artist, because the truth is, like you said it earlier, like this weekend, you know, Drake come in, and 10 years from now it's gonna be super dope because it's Michael Jackson to some of these motherfuckers right now. So it's like to even like go to that and see that shit develop, like, man, we could be here all day because it's like that's the, you know, it's like that's what I want, longevity. That's why
if you're a new rapper, you gotta you know, especially nowadays with all the access, you gotta be more business minded than talented. It's just a fact, bro. Like if your music is not really that great, but you're great at business, you're gonna go far. You're gonna go far. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, again, like you said, if you have everybody's email address, and then on top of that, you know, you do good shows when you're out there. You're engaging with fans. You're doing this podcasting. You know, you're because it's just all marketing. You know what I mean? Because again, like we talked 1,000 times, you might not like my music, but you might like my pod, and vice versa.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear me talk, but you want to hear me rap. So it's the same shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's content. You got to give people content. You know what I mean?
Real
Drake,
content.
people love Drake. I say, like, nowadays, maybe not in the beginning, but nowadays more because of the extra shit. He's got some of the greatest Instagram posts ever. Like his one-liners is crazy. Like, you know, the you know, when you leave a comment on your shit, you know what I mean? Like, people love his content on Instagram. You know what I mean? Crazy. Look at 50 Cent, bro. 50 Cent, his Instagram is on fire all the time. You know, but that's how he keeps his name alive. You know what I mean? He's relevant. He hasn't released music in years.
It was crazy.
But 50 Cent's probably more famous now than he was back then.
Boosie's another prime example.
Yeah, Boosie's his DJ Vlad interviews are crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, again, long term, you know what I'm saying? And also one thing, you got to have realistic goals, bro. A lot of people don't understand the business of music, so they're like, yeah, when I get my millions. Like, you don't have a number in mind. You know what I mean? Are you going to be making $1 million a month, a year, 2 years? What's your goal? Like, I like what you said. Yo, if I can get up to 50 bands a month, I'm golden.
I'm good.
Think about it, of course. Like we talked about. You know, a fly condo in Brickell overlooking the water might be $6,000. Like something in the Porsche Tower, right? In Sunny Isles. Let's say you're paying $8,000 a month. You know, some outrageous amount. You still got 50 bands a month, bro. A Bentley is how much a month? Or a Maybach, how much is a Maybach a month? Another, let's say another 5,000.
I was gonna say 5.
So you're still not at 50 bands. You know what I mean? And that's a month. Yeah, bro, that's a ridiculous amount. So if your goals are like, yo, I want to make $50,000 a month, see, now you have a number in mind. Now you can put key things together. But when people don't know what they want, they're like, oh, I just want to be I want to be Drake.
What's the cost to be the boss? When
like how much does Drake make a month? Think about that. How do you get to that level? Is he making $5 million a month? You know, some outrageous amount? Or is he making $1 million? He's got to be making at least $1 million. You know, bare bones, at least, right? You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
To live the lifestyle that he lives. You know, he might laugh at us and be like, look, boy, I make $20 million a month. You know, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, he has a crazy number to keep up with his lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that in any business, you got to think about it that way. But especially in music, if you're spending $1,000 for a video, you know, you got to spend at least $5,000 on promotion. Because what's the point of you buying, or, you know, if you have a $30,000 watch on and you just, you know, you rented a Lambo for the video and you spend $2,000 on the Lambo and the video costs you 5 bands, let's say, you know, for example, so you invested, and that's not the beat, the recording studio, the mix, the mastering. I'm talking about just the video. If you spend 20 racks on a video, how much are you going to spend to promote it? Right? That's the part. A lot of motherfuckers spend nothing on promotion or very little. So they spend 20 racks in the video. You know what I mean? They spend $3,000 on a video or whatever.
Yep.
But you can't spend $3,000 on promotion on those Instagram ads, on the Google AdSense, on third-party platforms. A lot of people don't even know that shit exists. They're just like, yo, just put the video up, bro, and hope for the best. You know what I'm saying?
That's why, and this is a perfect fucking segue. That's why, with artists like Rex, my brother, shout out to you. He dropping 33 albums.
Yo, that's
in
crazy.
1 year. This is one of 3 hoodies.
That's hard work.
Shout out to you because you're like one of the like big mentors for me because he shows artists how to really get this bag independently. Like when you talk about, and we're not going to when you talk about big bread on a monthly situation and you ain't got to split the pie with no major, you know, label telling you what to do, how to do it, the creativity, how to own your shit. And man, listen, shout out to my brother Rex, shout out to Lawtown, shout out to everybody that support. He's on album 7 or 8 right now. I was on number fucking 5 and we killed that shit. It's called Pop Culture. See that shit? Shout out to my brother Rex.
That shit out.
Had to show love real quick. You already know the fucking vibe. Certified, man. We here. But yeah, this is for that. It's that point. Is that like I saw the merch and it's instantly let me support my guy. Because it's like, why wouldn't I? Not only am I part of it, but like 33 fucking albums in 1 year. That's work.
You gotta respect it.
And it's like that comes with like knowing your audience, know who you want, I mean, what you want.
He's been grinding for a long time too, bro.
Yes,
so
sir.
His fans are real fans.
Yes, sir.
You know, he put in the work. He's been out there for a long time.
Like that's longevity on the independent level, bro. Like he successfully could do this forever and never have to worry about like none of that shit. Like,
but people like Rex, I feel like is my version of a motherfucker that made it.
Yes.
Not everybody has to be Drake.
Exactly my motherfucking point.
So if Rex right now could wake up tomorrow morning and drive the car that he wants, dress the way that he wants, he want to stop and eat some fucking organic fucking bagels.
Correct.
You know what I mean? His family straight. I don't know his situation, but his kids in it. What the fuck else do you want?
That's it.
It's just why, because maybe he doesn't have a Bugatti, but who gives a fuck? If he got a brand new 2025 fucking Benz driving around and traveling, maybe he don't even like cars. Everybody always says that shit. Oh, Benz, nigga, he can have a bike, nigga.
Yeah, like that.
But if you got 100,000 in the bank, dog, like whatever, nigga. Like I don't give a fuck. It's just a car, bro. Like you know what I mean? It's just a car. You know what I mean? I mean, at least your crib got to be right, but that's about it, bro. If you got a dope ass place to live, everything else is extra, fam. Like you know what I mean?
That's the truth.
You know what I mean?
Like,
give me a condo in Brickell over a car any day.
Certified.
I'll walk, I'll Uber, I'll take the train. But if I'm in some, you know, if I'm at the Porsche Tower, you can't tell me shit. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm living fat, I don't care about nothing else, yo. Like, you know what I mean?
Word.
You get a lot of that shit too from like where you grew up at. Like, you know what I mean? Like car culture is not the same. Like a New York motherfucker, a lot, not everybody, but a New York motherfucker don't look at cars like a LA nigga look at cars or a Miami motherfucker look at cars. You know what I'm saying? Out here is like damn near just as important as a house because of the culture. You know what I mean? But in New York, shit. In New York, I'm sure there's people that live in $1 million brownstones, like in Manhattan, that never had a car in their life. Don't even have a driver's license. And they're millionaires.
You said it just like that. It's like you're in New York. You don't like why the fuck if you don't need some shit, you just have it to have it type shit.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to get is that it doesn't define your success.
I know,
having a flat car, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you motherfuckers need to stop looking at people like, oh, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that, he doesn't have this. Well, shit, bro, do you have it? Because you know what I mean? Like, you're doing all this fucking finger pointing. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have it? And if you do have it, why the fuck would you care? Because you know that a lot of niggas that talk shit on the streets and on the internet is niggas that don't have shit.
Yo,
because bro, think about it. If you got a brand new Bentley, are you gonna look at a nigga that don't have it like, yo, you ain't got a Bentley?
Nah.
No, you're not. You don't give a fuck. You're too busy. You're too busy enjoying life to be negative.
Fucking criticism from a motherfucker that ain't doing shit. You'll never hear criticism from another nigga that's doing this shit.
Never.
Bro.
Rich niggas are some of the niggas that just don't give a fuck about you at all.
Like, you ain't even got to be rich. Like you said, everybody don't got to be Drake.
Well, you know, richness comes with success, but yeah, I got you.
You give me, like, successful niggas.
If you're just a happy motherfucker, you ain't hating on nobody. You know what I mean? Let's even break it down like that. Like, just your consciousness. Like, you might be broke and still be a positive motherfucker.
Yeah, so you wish the best for motherfuckers.
Of course.
Because you
and those are usually people that God blesses them because they're just positive, yo. You know, and I know it's very tough to be positive
in this
in
society,
the hood
in
and in bad situations, bro. It's easier said than done. I get it.
Facts.
But I'm just saying that positive mindset, in the long run, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? When you're young and you're out here being ruthless, then I guess it don't matter if you're still out here staying dangerous. I totally get it, bro. Because when you live in that lifestyle, there is no positivity, and you better not be positive because that might be your life. I understand. But if you are lucky enough to not outgrow, but survive that part of your life, if you survive, you better hope you're not living like that the rest of your life. Because, you know what I mean? You ain't going to run fast in your 30s. Yep. You ain't going to be busting, you know what I'm saying? Your gun the same in your 30s and your 40s. So at some point, it's got to give, right?
Yep.
And usually, people that come from bad situations, they start thinking about long-term things and what's important now. You know what I mean? Because, you know, street respect might have been the only thing you live for at 14 years old.
Yep.
But at 30-something years old, does that street respect still hold the same weight?
Yeah, no.
Does that street love still hold the same weight? Because at 14 is your whole life. That's all you know, and that's all you care about. But when you're 30-something, bro, that me rolling down the block and people are like, yo, that's that nigga. Like, it doesn't hold the same weight.
Right.
Having a Benz holds more weight than that now. You know what I mean? Your comfortability.
Right.
I want to eat what I want to eat today type shit.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Real bullshit.
All right, so switching lanes, right? You said you're in the gym now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're doing your thug dizzle. Yeah. What made you go to the gym now?
Man,
what's it about the gym? I like this subject because you know what I mean? I've been going to the gym for like hard body for like the last maybe 5 months. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I just went today. Yesterday I did leg day. So I'm walking. And I try to do it on Mondays because then I get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the pain, and then I'm good for the weekend. You know what I mean? If you're starting out, bro, don't do leg day on Wednesday, and don't do it past Wednesday because your weekend is shot. So I do it on Mondays, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
So look, Pete. I got a trainer.
Okay.
Shout out to my nigga Monster. He's the trainer. But I was already working out. I never got a trainer before. Yo, shout out. Yeah, I'm in an amazing relationship right now. Okay. And Shorty got me right. So,
So, but what made you go like, yo, I'm gonna do this for real?
Her. Like,
So your new relationship got you like, yo,
yeah, because I was already working out. Yeah, like, because we don't even go, like, where she stay is a dope gym. So, like,
okay.
We go to the gym.
But you don't go to, like, see, I go to LA Fitness. You know what I mean?
It's a gym where
you got a gym.
Yeah, and then we work out outside too because we do cardio at times. Because we do all types of shit. So the point is that like I started working out on my own, but I started like being more consistent and actually knowing what I'm trying to do with her because I got the trainer with her.
Like I started getting into working out when I was when I first went to California when I was like 15. I used to go to the YMCA over there, and that's how back in the day you didn't have no YouTube. I had no money for no trainer, so I learned by watching other dudes at the gym, and I would ask questions like, what's this exercise for? What do you do this for? And then I picked up my routines from there. You know what I mean? I did all the shit like take the supplements, the creatine, you know what I'm saying, the protein shakes and shit. And then, then you know what I mean? Then, you go back and forth and whatever. But I've always loved the gym, man, since I was a kid, because not only is it good for your self-esteem and your mental, like, your mental strength, but you know what I mean? There's something about letting your anger go at the gym and that feeling you get when you're walking out the door that you accomplished something that's you can't buy that shit. At least to me. Like my favorite part is the leaving the like now I do my routine and then I hit the sauna. Like I gotta go to the sauna. That's like bro, like I need it in my life. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's the greatest thing after you work out. And then after that, bro, I feel like a brand new person. Like I went today, you know what I mean? And the good thing is like my gym is right across the street from my job, so I feel like because I look for excuses not to go. That's why I'm closing my car. Like, you know what I mean? As soon as I leave, the gym is looking at me in the face. So I'm gonna feel like shit, you know, getting in my car and driving me away. Damn, I feel like a quitter. You know what I mean?
You're giving yourself less excuses.
Exactly. Less excuses to not go. You know what I mean?
For sure. And look, what's dope is like I get that feeling because like even with the trainer, like with the gym, like everything, like it's literally a real gym in her neck. Like, you know, the point is like I understand that because like now it was hard for me to stay consistent because it was like I nigga got shit to do always. So like I was never the football, but like, oh, I'll go to the gym. Like, nah, like we played basketball, we boxed, and it was always on some outside shit. Like I ain't play for no fucking school. We wasn't like
I never did sports either in school.
Like my homies was like I had like a few homies, maybe two that was on some football shit and like nah, but we was just outside to be active. But like now I'm on some like it's not even about just being swole or muscular or strong or I want to be healthy. I want to be active. Like for me, it's about mental, physical, spiritual, and you know a nigga about to kill these shows, bro. So it's like my cardio gotta be up on another level. So I gotta do
that's a lot of people don't understand, bro. That's a good subject because doing live shows is not as easy as people think, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like your physical ability has to be up to par. Bro, it's not just my voice or my singing, bro. It's your body.
Nigga, just
like, you
imagine.
I see. Yo, a lot of people don't know how much you sweat up there. Like,
I gotta give credit to motherfuckers like a flow rider that don't get their flowers enough, bro.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes.
What?
That the Busta Rhymes show, you burning calories.
Crazy, bro. Because you gotta rap, you gotta move, you jumping, you skipping, you going from one stage to the other. Like you constantly in motion, and then you got lights on you. You just instantly are a fucking sweat ball. You gotta have that stamina. You gotta have that breath control. You gotta be able to have that ability to really kill a good show. And guess what? That shit is just an hour, but that hour is a fucking hour.
Bro, you know, if you're doing cardio for an hour, like for example, my homeboy Joel from Joel Irandi, that dude is on tour like all his life.
I believe it.
He stays doing shows. And I'm talking about like, bro, he'll do shows like he'll do tours like Chile, and then 2 days later Argentina, then 3 days later Bolivia, then Mexico City, then he jumps to the US. It's like Tampa, Orlando, Boston, New York. You know what I mean? And then back out. Like he even did a show for the Princess of Monaco.
Damn.
Yeah, a couple years ago. Like, you know what I mean? So anyway, the whole point is, bro, he goes to Colombia to Pereira to train.
Really?
Yeah, he runs like 3 or 4 miles, bro, every day.
Damn.
And you know, because out there is elevation, so it's like you build your
lung
your lung capacity because you're training at a higher altitude.
Wow.
So yeah, bro, he takes that shit mad serious. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, I agree with you 100%. You know what I mean?
So yeah,
and it's the whole package because you also got to look good.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
But you know, it's like eating good. Like even if you don't know that it's gonna be a good decision making, it's part of the process. Like
the dieting is just as important as exercising, bro. I'm not good at dieting at all. Like, you know what I mean? I'm great at the gym. Like, you know what I mean? I go to the gym and I kill it. But the dieting, I think that's most people's downfall. Because, you know, to lose weight and to shed body fat, you got to be in a caloric deficit. And, you know, and you're going to kill me in the comments, all the health buffs and shit. But it just makes more, the consensus is, if you are burning more calories than you're eating, you're going to lose weight. That's just simple math, right? So, but the discipline of not just eating healthy food, of quantities, times, the way that you're holding your diet, the consistency is very difficult for some people. You know what I mean? And it's not that like, oh, but I like pizza and burgers. That's fine. Let's say you cut that out and you're just eating healthy shit. But if you're throwing that extra chicken on your salad, if you're, you know, because even healthy food is fattening.
Fact.
You know what I mean? It's all calories. You know what I mean? So, you know, you might get those hunger pains. And then if you smoke weed, you might get the munchies. If you pop a perk, if you're drinking alcohol, if you're drinking beers, all of this shit, you got to be ultra disciplined to be like, nah, nigga, I'm going to get these 6-pack abs and I need 3% body fat. I'm going to make it. Anybody could do it. It's just, do you have the discipline?
How bad you want it?
How bad do you want it? Everything is possible. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, another thing they say about physical fitness is that why are you going to the gym? You know what I mean? Like people be like, oh, I want to lose weight. I want to look good. I need mental clarity. They're like, yeah, but why are you doing the exercises that you're doing? For example, if you're doing bench press, what's the point? Oh, do you want a big chest? What do you want your chest to look like? You know what I'm saying? Are you doing it because you're trying to modify other parts of your body? So you got to understand, why are you doing the exercise that you're doing? Like, oh, I'm doing just cardio. Okay. Is it because, you know, you want more, you know, stamina, endurance, endurance, you know what I mean? Lung capacity.
Like, what's your, like,
what is the fucking goal? Because if you think about it, if you're going to do this long term, every exercise is key, because it's like, let's say you don't like doing squats. You could cut that out. Other people be like, no, that's the most important exercise because it's a full body workout. I get it. You know what I mean? But let's say you hate it and you're doing it because you need to, or you think you need to, right? But there's going to come a time where that could be an excuse not to go to the gym because I just don't feel like doing squats today. So you got to understand that each exercise that you pick and choose is for a reason. So you learn to love it. So you're saying, no, I need to go to the gym because I enjoy it. And these exercises that I'm doing help me do the things that I want to do in my life. So if I got a show coming up, you know what I mean? I need a lot of air, so I got to do a lot of cardio. Or I got to do exercises that are maybe for my legs. I need good core. I need good legs.
Right.
Maybe biceps is not a big deal because a microphone weighs nothing. So if you spend a lot of time doing biceps and chest because you want to look bigger, but you neglect your legs, you're not going to be happy at the gym.
You're right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of things, like, you got to learn what's it for. I learned this because I've been going to the gym for a long time. So it's like, I know I know people that do bodybuilding that actually go to events and compete. And bro, like when they go through their what they call the shred phase, when they're trying to lose all the water weight, so that, you know, that's how you. The thing is that fat is not what you see. Muscles is water. Your body's is like 70% water. So to define your muscles is not, it's under layers of fat, but it's mostly water. So you got to shed water weight. When people get to 3% body fat, it's not because they have low fat only. It's because they're basically dehydrated.
Damn.
So a lot of them don't eat lettuce. A lot of them, certain vegetables they can't eat, certain fruits they can't eat because they make you retain water. You know what I'm saying? So for example, asparagus, that makes you retain water.
No, none of this shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, because the dieting is just as crucial as the exercise itself.
I just ain't know, like, there was a whole, like, water, like, I heard a water weight, but I'm like, like
women, when they go to the period, they feel bloated.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, I feel bloated, I feel fat. Is that they're actually bloated, like they're retaining water. So you're actually gaining weight, but it's water weight.
So what?
So when you put yourself on the scale, remember, you're just not weighing the fat and your bones and muscles. There's also how much water you got in your body. You know what I'm saying? It might not be that you drink a lot of water, but you could also eat a lot of things that help you retain water. You know what I'm saying? The salt retains a lot of water in your body. So if you eat things that are salty or add salt to your food and shit like that retains water, which is also linked to blood pressure.
My nigga,
so if you got high blood pressure, like, but I've lived a while, you know what I mean? Plus I you know, it's not that you know a lot of shit. It's that when you hang out with people, they taught me these things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for example, like if I don't know shit about doing a live show, I learned a lot from you. Like the way that you get up there, your confidence, the way that you hold your microphone, the way that you, matter of fact, you know what I mean? Like when you do a show and be like, yo, you know, my name is FAYN, you know, thank you for coming out and shit. Like the way you present is, I don't know anything about that. So I watch you and I'm like, damn, you know, FAYN got a good fucking live show, man. Like he enjoys it, but he's also very professional. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I saw your live show versus other people, let's say I'm a club promoter, I will want you back. Even if my customers might not vibe with your music a lot, but I'm like, it's a fucking good show.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna make my club look good. You know what I'm saying? That's a dope situation because, again, not only am I an artist, but I also think about it business-wise. You know what I mean? Like, what are you giving me for the money? And are the people that are coming in, are they gonna want to drink alcohol when you're performing?
For sure.
Are they gonna bring their girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? So even if the music ain't for that, but it's an entertaining show, it's like, boom. That's why a lot of clubs also, they do like comedy nights and shit.
Yeah.
Because comedy brings people in.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And people enjoy it.
Ain't popping, so might as well do a night.
Yeah, if you get a Tuesday night. on a club.
Exactly.
Besides drug boys and shit, there's not a lot. But comedy brings a lot of people out. Like a motherfucker might be like, damn, I had a shitty day today. I'm gonna go to a comedy show.
Correct. Hell
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know,
Hell
drink me a beer. I'm gonna drink a beer anyway. You know what I mean? So there's no game on. Fuck it. Let me go watch the comedy do this shit.
Nah, but you're right. Like the dope part about it is like we can learn a lot from the situation.
That's one thing, bro. Like, all right. So when it comes to performing, right?
Yeah.
What tools did you use to help you kind of figure it out? Like how did you want to perform? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
man, that's a great fucking question.
Like what made what taught you?
I'm high as shit.
You know what I mean? Like he's like, I'm faded as well, right?
Oh yeah, not for sure.
No, but think about it. Like, did somebody teach you, or did you learn it on your own?
I can tell you like this. Like the biggest thing that helped me with my live shows, was my early stages of going to the open mic.
A lot of people say that, like, you know, just going out there and performing.
Not just that, but the open mics I was going to was very like, these motherfuckers were talented, and certain open mics had a band. And I remember Imperial specifically, I would go every week.
Imperial.
And man, you had to rap with the band, bro. Like you had to rap with the band. You had to sing with the band.
So the band would play the beat?
Yep.
Oh, that's tough.
Would start, and you would have to flip that shit. It don't matter if you were a singer or rapper, you had to flip that shit. And that got me like very like always on my toes. Then I started like learning and researching like some of my favorites, like how they used to do things in their early stages. Like I'm a big Kendrick fan. And I do these acapellas, and I learned that he did it like way before Section 80, OD, them eras. He would do an acapella before he would even start performing, so that the people can almost know who you are. Like, obviously you're going to introduce yourself, but if they've never heard you or seen you, you got to give them a reason to like tap in, because if not, they'd rather just smoke or look for a bitch to talk to. They'd rather be looking for a nigga to chop it up with. But who are you? We came to see you maybe if you were the main act, but this is early Kendrick, so he did a dope acapella and gravitated the people immediately to the next song, to like, now I got you, to the point that like the whole show's gonna be good as long as I do a good job of keeping you there. Because if I already got you there, now it's easier to just make sure that you don't go nowhere. So the point is like I figured things out that worked for me. I flipped it in my own way. I researched, I studied, but I also like, man, it was just going out there and figuring it out. Like a lot of that shit was like trial and error, like not knowing, but wanting to know how to do this shit. Like a lot of shit, like I wanted to have good shows. I wanted to make sure people knew me. I wanted to be a great performer. So I'm like, how the fuck? I had stage fright at some point. I would wear shades just to be like more comfortable. And I was like, man, I challenged myself every fucking performance and every chance I get. So there was like, all right, let me fucking rehearse. Let me really practice to the point that I ain't even worried about who's looking at me. Now I'm looking in people's eyes. I'm practicing. I'm comfortable on the mic. I'm doing things constantly to engage with people. I'm capturing the energy. I'm enjoying my moment because I put in the work. I'm rehearsing. I treat these rap songs and rap sets like a fucking Beyonce set, even if it's only 5 minutes, because I'm going to rehearse 18, 20 times, 3 times a day, 4 times a day. No, excuse me, 3 times a day, 3 times a week, and like make that a routine. Because now it's like, if I could rehearse 3 times a day, like I eat, and I could do that at least 3 times a week on top of just hearing my song that you're not gonna have that insecurity of thinking you're gonna fuck up, fumble, miss a word. Nah, because like you gain yourself like that confidence to do that. So it's like it starts just naturally being there. It starts just like you find comfort. You get that little like, oh, you get nervous a little bit, but once you touch that mic, nigga, everything just it just feels right. You feel me?
That's what I feel like separates the real artists from the dudes that just wasn't born for it. Because it's real easy to go to a studio, get high, record some raps, punch in, you know what I mean, whatever, and then boom, I got a song. That's in today's climate, that ain't shit. But to get on stage, it's a totally different monster. Whether it's 5 or 1,000 people, it's a totally different monster. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nothing prepares you for it. I don't give a fuck if you a street dude, jail time, you know, did blah blah blah, bro. Getting up on stage and rapping is a totally different situation. Like, you know what I mean? I respect the craft because the people that get up there and really do their job, because you gotta also do it, you gotta respect it. You know what I mean? I always see your shows and I'm like, damn, bro, he got a great live show, man. It's not just the songs, it's entertaining, like everything that you just said, the crowd control, the confidence, you know what I'm saying? It's on point. So I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that separates, again, a real artist from somebody that's either just beginning or you just ain't serious about this shit.
Yeah, you do this for play.
You do it for play because, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the most important part, the live show.
Because that shit would never go away, and that's your money maker. Like, you could not, like, even
you just said to start with an acapella. You know how much balls you gotta have to start a show acapella? Like the DJ starts passing, you're like, oh, DJ. Yeah. Yo, so I'll be on the mic, bro. What? Like, think about it, because nobody's expecting that shit.
No, exactly.
So now it's raw. There's no backing track. It's just silence,
like,
and the mic.
And I'll be honest with you, people eat that shit.
Oh, bro.
Because when they're
like, as a fan, you're like, oh shit, this nigga's for real. Like, yo. And then you have to be super bars. Just you doing it acapella, and people are like, whoa, what's going on?
Actually good, and it's a build up. It's almost like, damn, that's how you're starting the show.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, I'm here. Yo, bartender, like, yo, I'm drinking right now. Yeah, you hype. You hype. Because now you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh, and I gotta even credit somebody else before Kendrick, Beanie Siegel. Yeah. I remember seeing Backstage DVD, and he was a new artist on the roster. So he didn't get a big set, but he did these acapellas, and it was almost better than certain niggas' sets.
Oh, shit.
And because they would have a segment where it was like, he would be in a different jersey, different city, doing the same verse, and just like a new reaction every time, like they heard it for the first time because it's a different city.
Oh yeah, they did hear for the first time. Yeah, that's crazy.
To me, watching it, I'm like, man, how the fuck he's still doing it? It's because it's new to them.
Yeah,
they're not from wherever he just came from. This is so it's like, bro, make sure when the shit, and this was before I wanted to be a rapper. It's like I kept that in my archives. Like, make sure when you decide, and if you want to do this, you better be able to do that shit too. It's like freestyling, nigga. Like, yeah, you could be a great writer, but if you really do this shit, nigga, you got to be able to rap on the spot.
Yeah. Not only that, now when I'm writing raps, I'm thinking like, yo, I got to sing this shit on stage. So it also makes your pen game different.
Right.
Because, you know what I mean? Now, if you want to fucking punch in, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're punching in, you better remember all that shit. You know what I mean? So I hope you wrote it down. Because a lot of niggas be, oh, I don't write nothing. Then how the fuck you going to do the live show?
You better be rehearsing and speaking that and
you know what I mean?
Audible that shit, nigga. Like,
I mean, shit. But that's why a lot of people, you know,
lazy,
they get it. Yeah, and a lot of people don't enjoy live shows. Like, you see a lot of motherfuckers showing Rolling Loud and shit like that. You be like, yo, this is bullshit. Like a lot of performances, not the music, though. A lot of performances be bullshit because motherfuckers don't care. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas just came from the street. They're too cool for school. You know what I mean? They get up on the mic and they're like, yeah, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not real artists.
You're right.
You know, they might be great music makers, right? Like, because I'm not taking away nothing from the song and the studio and all that shit. The vibe, that's just as important because that's how most people are gonna listen to the song anyway. Not everybody's gonna go to the show. True. But if I do go to the fucking show and I'm taking my day out to go see you and I pay for the ticket, motherfucker, you better go out there, bro, like a beast. If I see you there, not even sweating, bro, and you know what I'm saying, you got a Coogee sweater, you're just looking fly as fuck, you know, for 5-10 minutes, I'm like, nah, man, fuck this shit.
You know what's crazy? The only nigga that I ever seen, like, where I could accept the lack of show, and even then he still was turned up, was A$AP Rocky. This nigga, his whole aesthetic of a show, bad bitches busting, like, cause it's certain artists where it's like, if you give me a good enough show overall, maybe you don't need to be fucking Redman and Method Man and jump off the. I understand that you're not Travis Scott. Everybody ain't Free Tory with the, you know, jumping on the stage and then surfing on. Nah, I get it.
Yeah.
But man, I've seen Nas in the most calmest way have a whole audience just. Like, he literally was like this, right? No. Watch this. He was like this. It got quiet. He put them, like, this shit just started going crazy. He didn't even say nothing. He just put the mic down, like, and it just started. Oh! Like nigga, he didn't even say
the
shit.
Michael Jackson moment and
bro,
shit. Just all silent and shit.
I lied to you, bro. It got quiet and then it just went crazy, and this nigga didn't even say shit.
But again, that's Nas now. Like if he was when Illmatic first came out, he was doing all that
no,
shit.
No.
Like you know what I mean? Like the fucking Apollo.
No.
He was giving the mic. He was rapping. Like get the fuck out of here.
Of course not. But what I'm saying.
But it's dope that he got to that level.
Yes.
Where you could just sit there and be like, you know what?
Man, that your essence, your presence is like, nigga, I don't even gotta have words, and they go crazy. Like you saw that?
You just throw the mic out there, people sing the whole song.
What?
Like, that's crazy.
But it's dope because like and then to flip side that was Ludacris.
Oh,
he was on that same bill. This nigga gave a show like it was his first go around. I'm talking about crazy. This shit was we was outside and this shit felt like we was inside the way this shit was vibrating. This nigga was playing hit after hit. This nigga had the fucking like. He had the braids like he was Luda back then in the day. This nigga was stage to stage. It looked like he had a vest on. The whole show was like a great show. And he just had him and his homie, bro. He didn't need the extras. But he gave a good show. Nas gave a good show too, but his was just more controlled, conservative, on some like chill shit. But it's like, if you're gonna give me a good show and be on some chill shit, be able to like know like you better be slick with the words. You better be clear. You better be cut. Like you better have these little techniques and uniquenesses about you where you don't even need because the truth is, whether you need it or not, you're supposed to give a good show.
No.
You're supposed to give a good show, bro. Like,
but that's how you can tell like those real artists, like Drake, for example. Like if you see videos of his shows, Travis Scott, bro, legendary. Like Travis Scott, yo, I've never seen him live, but
they say that shit is
an experience. Like they say that's another level. Like think about it, that takes you to legendary status.
Correct.
You know what I mean? The live show translate to a super fans.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? That's different between me just playing your shit on my fucking phone.
Damn, bro.
If I see you live and I fuck with it hard, like and there's a memory that you're gonna capture for your life. Like yo, remember that time I went to FAYN show? Like you know what I'm saying? Like bro. that type of shit stays with you forever. So when you put out a shirt, when you put out a hat, they're like, yo, I need that. I need that. Like
tell this ill story, bro. Yeah. My first time going to Rolling Loud, I got to see rest in peace Mac Miller.
Oh, fire!
And seeing him was the first time I seen what's that shit called? When the crowd starts just they spread out like
moshing?
Yeah, like a mosh pit.
Yeah, mosh pit.
Bro, I never seen it. I was actually part of the bro. That shit was just. It was getting bigger and bigger, and then niggas just, and I promise you, bro, our best fucking show ever.
Damn,
like,
that's
bro,
crazy.
I'm talking about. I saw Joey Badass on there, saw Kendrick, so many. But like to start the show, seeing Currency, then Mac Miller, rest in peace, and seeing people mash out to his music, and he was killing it, bro. And this is already Mac Miller, so it's like,
yeah, but motherfuckers was mashing out to Mac. I wouldn't even picture
bro,
that
the music
shit.
Was not mash out music.
Hell no, Mac Miller don't make no mosh pit music
bro,
and shit.
And what's crazy is like, on God, he was able. Like, I guess it was that song. I guess they knew what to do. I guess this was what he does at his other shows. So
shit.
Like, because they knew. They knew
like, this is about that time.
Yes, like they knew the song. They knew that, like they already knew and it wasn't that type of song.
Oh shit!
And it wasn't that type of set. But it was like, how the fuck he was able to? So I was really like, yo, this nigga.
Yeah, that's some other wild shit.
Yeah,
right
bro,
there.
Like it was some very unique shit, nigga.
But see, then again, look, you're talking about that shit right now,
and I will never forget it.
That's what I'm saying.
I will never forget it.
So that's like an experience that you'll never forget.
I became a bigger fan. Yeah. I became a bigger fan of a lot of artists I saw that day performing. I became a bigger Migos fan. I became a bigger Joey Badass fan. Kendrick. Like, nigga, I love seeing performances because it's like, man, I already fuck with you when I heard you. Now I get to see how good you are. Nigga, seeing J. Cole do the 2014 Forest Hill Drive tour and seeing that nigga live was like phenomenal, nigga.
That's
nigga like, you gotta understand, like, for all artists that do this and take this serious, whether you do this for play or hustle or whatever, like, if you want to just get to a bag, doing more shows will get you to the bag. And you can control the bag better. If you are scared and you're not the type, man, do live shows, nigga. Do live shows, nigga. Like, on some real shit, get comfortable in your crib and then step out. But you had time. Do shows. Do not be scared. Connect with the people and, like, get fucking better by fucking rehearsing. Put in the fucking work, because that shit, You cannot cheat the hustle. Like,
yo, a lot of people talk about that, bro. A lot of people, what you just said right now, a lot of people need to hear, because a lot of up and coming artists do not even think about doing shows. Nobody does.
No, because everybody
just
wants
about their peak is the music video. That's as much as a performance I'm gonna give you. It's only the people that after that, when they go to their first club, and then after that, if you're lucky enough to get on a real stage, then it's like, oh shit, I gotta do this now.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And then for them to continue to do that shit, then that's just a different story. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what a lot of artists are missing, is the live part of it. You know what I mean? The real art behind the fucking music and shit.
But you know how to give a good show too, my nigga. You just gotta like what's dope about you is like, man, I've learned from you, because you even taught me some shit because of the Spanish records we did. So it's like you have a certain confidence with people that I'm like, man, all you got to do is attach that to the performances and you good.
Yeah. But I got to work on it like a lot. You know what I mean?
Not a lot,
because I don't have as much experience as you have.
Nah,
you know
you don't even. You have the experience. You just not necessarily like on that. I personally feel like you've had experience performing before me. You just wasn't doing it on the stage. You've been doing it your whole life with different people.
Yeah, on the street shit type shit.
Not even on no street shit, bro. Like, you are an entertaining person that are informative and you're honest. What show wouldn't you want to see that's involved in that?
No, for sure.
So you already doing that uniquely with people. So you just got to apply that shit to a bigger fucking plateau.
Yeah, but I just feel like, again, it's all practice. So what I mean is that, like, when I see your shit in comparison, your shit is more polished.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more refined. It's more like more fine-tuned. You know what I'm saying? Where it just comes a lot more natural. At least that's what I perceive, right? From just looking at you on stage. It's a lot of rehearsal. But again, but that's what it is. You can tell, practice. You know, just like a basketball player, you can tell, like, when you're on the court and you're sinking those threes, it's a lot of practice that came before this game.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But the dudes that's missing free throws, you're like,
yep, you only do this sometimes.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like. That's the difference between you and a lot of other rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you. That's a fact, because these niggas be bullshitting.
Yeah, a lot of rappers be on some bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Shout out to y'all. Y'all make me look better. You heard?
No, I mean, we need those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, they definitely make us look better. You heard?
No, facts. But, you know, a lot of dudes put up numbers without having to do a live show, and that's dope too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I respect it like
shout out to y'all.
You know what I mean?
But then what happens when you gotta come play, you know, at an all-star game? What happens when
I feel like, look, if you're an artist that's lucky enough, right, to get most of your bag from home, meaning, you know, you're at the studio, you put out music, you got merch, you ain't gotta do shows like that, and you still getting a bag, hey bro, that's a blessing too. Because you don't gotta show your ass, but at the same time, the motherfuckers that's willing to do those shows and are great at it, bro, those are going to be way bigger stars than the nigga from home.
What's the best show you've ever seen? What's the best show that stuck with you since, like, to this day? Like, you're like, yo.
The first Cypress Hill Smokeout.
Oh.
And that was way before Coachella. They used to do shows in San Bernardino. Bro, that was Coachella before Coachella. San Bernardino, the fairgrounds, was where they threw all the raves, all the hip-hop concerts. So the very first Cypress Hill Smokeout, I remember they had, obviously, Cypress Hill, because they were hosting it. Karis One was there. Gangstar was there.
Rest in peace, Guru.
Yeah, rest in peace, Guru, for sure. Supernatural was there.
Oh, shit.
Bro, it was one of the wildest freestylers.
Supernatural, the
freestyler, yeah. Yo, bro, I seen that dude live. Like, that shit is the roots.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I remember
that was all on the same
night. God, I don't know where. I think the Roots was a different show, but I know Gangstar was there. Cypress Hill, Supernatural, Karis One. I know I'm forgetting someone, but bro, I remember. You know, we talk about moshing and shit like that. I remember when was it Gangstar or was it? I think when Cypress Hill came out.
I believe, yeah, it's probably.
Bro, I remember them motherfuckers brought out a 7-foot bong on stage.
Definitely Cypress Hill.
Nah, for sure. But bro, like, you know, it's one of those bongs that are just so gigantic they had to lean it to light it and shit. And bro, I remember when 420 hit, remember, this is back when weed was illegal and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
When 420 hit, I remember B Real got on stage and he was like, everybody fucking spark that shit up right now, bro. I seen thousands of people. Bro, I'm talking about thousands. This was, bro, I'm talking about like, this was when, like, this must have been 90, 99, 98, bro. Like, this was like California at its gangbang height. Like, I'm talking about like essays, Cribs, Bloods. Like, I mean, this show was like full of like, Cypress Hill, dog. It was like, gangsters niggas was there. And bro, everybody lit up, bro. It was the most amount of weed smoke I've ever seen in my life. Damn. And I remember the police was there because they was in front of the stage, like looking at the crowd, and they were like, whatever, like we can't arrest everybody and shit. And bro, and I remember like they started playing their music and shit. Now it was like, it got to the point where I was like this, bro. And if I look forward, it must have been like 1,000 people. And I look back, it was like ridiculous. Like, you were not getting out of here. So if like, in my mind, I'm like, if you fall down on the floor, you're going to die. Because just, bro, anywhere in our direction is like, you have to cross like thousands of people to get anywhere, to the bathroom or let's say you're like, I quit, I want to leave. Like, bro, you have to be here for the whole show. And I'll never forget it, bro. It was like one of the most wildest experiences I ever seen in my life. Because it was just...
That's one hell of a motherfucking show, though.
Bro, that shit was crazy.
Damn.
Crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Cypress Hill, B Real, you a fucking...
Yeah, Cypress... Yo, I smoked with B Real before. I remember, like I think like a year later, we went to another show. And he was like a smaller show and shit. Yeah. And he performed. And I remember we had a blunt, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were right in the front. And I passed him the weed and shit. And then they took a couple of hits and shit and passed it back to me. I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, Big Real is like as close as you're going to get to a Snoop Dogg in this world. Yes, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sir. So I was like, yo, that was fire.
Is he not the Spanish Snoop Dogg?
I mean, bro, you could say like him and Snoop Dogg are like, but Cypress Hill had way more of a weed following than Snoop Dogg. Oh, I think about it. That. Cypress Hill's known for, for like sure. Most of the, like they were like the first posters that I ever saw that had the weed plan with the, I mean, Snoop Dogg had it too for Doggy Style, and The Chronic obviously was like the first album that had the weed plan on the thing. So you could say they're neck and neck, bro. Like as far as the marijuana culture, like it was Cypress Hill and Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yo, that's what, matter of fact, yo, remind me. Our next episode, we're going to talk about the marijuana culture and how different it was. We was getting high back then in the day versus now.
Well, I think we did talk about that in a couple of pods earlier. Like not like that's how you know that wasn't like a deep dive, but like, you know what I mean? We definitely talked about it. If it wasn't a deep
dive, I want to get into that because I feel like this podcast, I feel like, you know what? We about to like really turn the fuck up. Next podcast, I really want to start like letting the fans let us know. Like we got to start tapping in because like
like what's better, like gelato or Kush?
Exactly. Like
or gumbo or cookies.
Like we got to tap in and see how many people picked cash over Kush.
Oh yeah. We tapping in with that, but like I think you know, as far as the weed culture, bro, like now that it's legal in a lot of places, it's getting to the point where it'll get just like that what do you call that shit? That artisanal fucking the craft beers. You know, like alcohol has like, especially beers, you know, beers for a long time were like, but now they got craft beers. Like they got one beer that's like $20 for you know, just a regular can.
That's crazy.
So, you know, it's just as finesse or class to get one of those beers than to also get a wine bottle. Oh shit. Like people in the, you know, people that enjoy alcohol, they'll look at you like, oh, okay, you know, you're sipping good. Like, you know what I mean? I think weed is going to get to that level where it's like, you're going to have a culture of weed connoisseurs just like wine. Where they're like, yo, this is the finest, you know, indica. You know what I mean? Like, and it's looked upon, like, they're like, oh, do you consume cannabis?
Yeah, right.
Like, so do I. So I enjoy, you know what I mean? And they'll talk like, so we were in Monaco. And, you know, we have some of that.
It has a light citrus taste.
Yeah, the light citrus with the notes. It's only grown twice a year from the finest mountains in Morocco. And then, like, you know, like that type of culture. Just how they talk about wine. We're like, this is 1972 Chateau, whatever the fuck. So they'll be saying that about weed. Like, they'll be like, yo, like, it'll be looked upon like you're classy.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you see a motherfucker with malt liquor, you're like, Like, you know, this nigga's about to rob you.
That's like Reggie.
Like, if you got exactly, if you see a nigga with Reggie and some black Air Forces, you're like, oh, he gonna take my cell phone, my nigga. Like, god damn it, hide your weed, nigga, hide your kids. Like, this nigga, as soon as he spark it up and you smell it, you're like, woo. Or you smell like a dirty, you're like, oh no. We got killers in the building.
We got
you know
killers in the building.
You know what I mean? But
yo, that's fucked
if
up.
somebody lights up that extreme 1972 cookie le chateau le merdu, and you smell that gas, you're gonna be like, oh, the most interesting man in the world, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
when I do smoke,
when the fragancia hits your face, yo, you're like, oh, I want to talk to this gentleman right here. This gentleman right here who has great taste. What? You know, smoking the finest cookie le merdu. You know what I'm saying? Like,
best gumbo can
offer. This is the gumbo from the California. The California. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
like, yo, and that's how it is, bro. Like, I think that weed is gonna get to that level where you're gonna go to restaurants and you're like, can I see the weed cart? And then, like, you know, they're like, so to accompany le steak, we have a cookie burger, we have Los Angeles coochie coochie. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, yo, so what sativa goes well with this fucking apple pie? Or like, oh, so what do you recommend for this lobster roll?
Yo,
and they're like, lobster roll, no problem. We got le crème de brundarbu.
Yo, my nigga.
And that's how it is, yo.
Wait till, like, that happens and the food is infused.
Oh, but I mean, they have that shit right now, yo.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, did you ever see that shit on Vice that was like weed etiquette? Yo, but them niggas was cooking with the weed, bro. Did you ever see that one chick that infused the fucking the barbecue? They had weed infused ribs and shit.
Yes, I saw that. Yes, that shit was fire. I to this day want to reinvent that whole dinner.
Oh my god,
bro.
The thing is, bro, I'm not good with edibles, bro. Like
I am.
Have you ever had a good experience with edibles?
All the time. I get fucking
wasted. Either I take not enough of a dose to get high, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just like kind of micro dosing on brownies.
Shit.
Or what has usually happened is I OD and I feel like I'm gonna die, and I get like mad wild thoughts and shit, and I want it to stop immediately. Bro, I've had worse trips. Bro, I've had worse trips on weed edibles than on like acid and shrooms.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Like, I've had horrendous times with weed and brownies and shit like that. Like shit that I do not want to live again. Like, I'm like, you want to take some acid? I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, I do. I'll take that acid.
Bro,
but that weed, goddamn, hell no.
Super fucking munchies, and it feels like I'm smoking weed for the first time.
Nah, bro. I feel like I took some chocolates one time. I remember, bro, they were like in a little, I'm talking about the littlest box. It was like this big, yo, and it was 4 squares. And I remember I ate 2. And bro, when that shit hit,
it was a wrap.
I'm talking, it was so bad that I was like, yo, I need to go to the hospital. But then in my mind, I'm like, what am I going to tell them? Like, oh, I'm high as fuck, guys, help me. I'm just high as shit. That was wrong with you. I'm like, I don't know, I'm just high as shit. Like, can you stop it? Like, what are they going to say to me, bro? They're going to strap me to a chair and 5150 me. And they're going to be like, yo, sir, so what's going on? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just high as fuck on weed. I'm high. Like, do you have anything for high as fuck? Like, you know, what are they gonna do, bro? They're gonna take your blood pressure and they're gonna be like, so what do you feel? I'm like, I feel high as fuck. I feel like I'm gonna die. But they're like, sir, but you're not dying. But like, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, I'm ODing on marijuana. They're like, sir, that doesn't exist. And I'm like, it does now. Because bitch, I feel like, bro, I'm getting mad, crazy thoughts right now.
Yo, when you said, yo, can you stop it? Like, yo, awesome, like, you don't know, you can't stop.
No, it's like acid. It's like, all right, I'm done tripping. Like, where's the off button on this? I know you still got 5 hours. Like, what? 5 hours? Thinking like, yo, dog.
Can you stop?
Like, yo, I forgot my name.
Can you put this on pause?
Yo, I don't know my name. Like, you know, bro, one time it goes on acid so hard that you're just like, bro, I don't know my name. Like, you know how high you gotta be to forget your fucking name? Like, you look yourself in the mirror, dead ass. What is your fucking name? Bro, you ever been that faded? Oh, then you don't know, my nigga. I've gotten that faded where I'm looking myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm splashing water and I'm looking and like my eyes are going, and I'm like, what is your and you're saying it out loud. Like, you're like, what is your name? Bro, do you know how psycho you sound if somebody were to walk in there and you look at that person like, yo, I forgot my name, bruh, that's it. You're going to psych ward, bro. Like, that's it. They're gonna lock you up. They're gonna throw you in the padded room. You're getting Baker Active 5150, bro. Yeah, man, you're psycho.
Oh my god, that's fucking.
So, dog, but weed is like, that's how I felt, man. I felt just like that, bro. Bro, I was curled up in my bed, and I'm like, I was like, yo, like, yo, bro, like, this is not a fun time.
Yo,
that is not a fun time at all, yo.
That edible is in your system.
Fuck that shit, bro. I don't trust no edibles, yo. Like, I don't fuck with that shit. I've never had I've never taken an edible, and I was like, yo, this was a great fucking time.
Damn.
Never in my life.
You've always had a bad trip?
Either I had a horrible time, or I just don't really feel it like that. Where I've taken an edible, and it's like, yeah, I get a little high, but it's like boring high. It's like all right, it's kind of like I smoked, but like, I know I'm high, but like, I'm not having fun on this shit.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Like, I always have fun just, blazing flower and shit. But like, as far as the edibles, that shit ain't for me. You know what I mean?
I fucking love it.
It's like Xans. Like, a lot of like, I know homies that take Xans and shit, and they have a great fucking time, bro. Like, they always tell me about these Xan adventures. You ever heard a nigga tell his Xan adventures? Yeah, some niggas remember their Xan adventures. Most don't. But there's a lot of Xan warriors out there that have Xanny adventures. Bro, I take a quarter of a Xan and it's lights out, daddy. It's like fucking game over, bro. Like, yo, Kiosko has left the chat, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just a quarter? Bro, I'm not even in the game yet. Like, people look at me like, a quarter? Like, bro, I'm bust 5 of these shits down. Bro, a corner of a floor, bro. Like, I am over.
Horrible, bro.
Yeah, bro, I was not made for Xans and shit.
No, that's how I was.
No, but if you have, like, anxiety, and I guess you like to party, so Xan is your shit. And they're cheap as fuck, bro. What's the cheapest shit in the hood? A fucking Xanny, yo. They're like $1.
Yeah,
Xannies are like maybe like, yeah, fucking fuck for $5. You can't get no gas. You can't get le merdu cookie le bedu for $5, bro. If you go to a nigga and be like, yo, can I get some of that creme de brulee fucking indica 5? How much you got? $5. Nigga, you can't even lick the stem for $5, bro. You can rub on the fucking bag. You can rub on the glitter bag. You can hold this holographic shit to the sun and trip out on it.
Yo,
that's about as close as you'll get to this bag.
Even lick the stem.
Like, you gotta touch the bag and be like, ooh, pretty colors. Like a fucking, I was gonna say the bad word, but like a person that doesn't have all his mental capacity.
Yo, fuck that nigga. See, you can't even lick this.
That's a fact, yo. Like, $5. You gonna get a nigga like $5? Like, what the fuck? You better go get some Xans. And niggas like, oh yeah, great idea. That's what you got all these Xan niggas out here because they fucking cheap as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nigga be looking at look cool on raps. Like, yo, I'm barred out. I'm Xaned out. I'm like, what you spent? Like $5, nigga? Like, you Xaned out. Like, I spent $10, bro. Yo. You can't get Le Merdu Favadu. You can't get that good weed for $10.
You can't get
$5. So you can't get shit.
Oh my god, that nigga said $5.
$5, bro. You can rub on this bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
Yo, the fucking bag is like $3 and shit, nigga. Bro. Like, you can't even get the bag.
Yo.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, bro, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Yo, that was it, man. Yo, episode 16 in the books. Don't do Xans. Don't do drug kids. You know, but like, share, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe so you can hear more of this shit that you should not supposed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't do Xan, kids. I know you probably snuck $5 from your mama's fucking, you know what I'm saying, the fucking purse.
Yo.
Don't do that. Go get a sandwich and get
like,
fat.
Share, subscribe, don't do Xans. Comment, tell a friend. Certified, finally and forever. We fucking here. We out.